What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode number 16 of our Minnesota Vikings franchise, and in today's episode we have preseason action as well as preseason end statistics. So you guys can have a better idea of who's going to make the team, who's going to win position battles before we go into the actual regular season for week 1 and week 2, which will be in episode number 17. Vikings franchise has kind of gotten off to a little bit slow of a start after the XBA uploads, so I apologize for that, guys, but you know, that's the one that's getting the most love right now. So you gotta be looking at those stats and putting those videos out. But nonetheless, Vikings are still here. Rangers are still here. I'm gonna still be uploading those, so no issues there. You guys can see in the depth chart, I'm just making some changes here because we don't want the starters per se to get in preseason action week 1, week 2. We want those guys in week 3, week 4. Because we want to see what guys like this can do. JT Peppers, our first-round draft pick, late first round, as we ended up trading Xavier Rhodes for some draft picks, I believe, from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So we want to see what this kid can do. He's getting the start here against the Saints, and we can see him doing a little bit of things that Kirk Cousins just can't do, like rolling out to the right and throwing these darts to Kyle Rudolph down the sideline for 34 yards. This is something that we can give our offense a little bit of an extra dimension. I mean, look at this. Another pass complete to Kyle Rudolph. Peppers now 3 of 3 for 60 yards. This kid's out of Minnesota, and he's looking pretty darn good, just floating that pass right above the cornerback to get a completion, and then we run the football very, very well. Obviously, this team is built around running the football, but Peppers looked really solid right there. And you know, it adds that extra dimension. Our offensive line was terrible. Kirk Cousins was sacked, I believe, a season high across the NFL. He led the league in sacks, and that offensive line has been reworked and retooled this season by acquiring Andrew Thomas from Georgia as the left tackle. It was our first-round pick. So hopefully that offensive line gets better at protecting Cousins. I don't think that Cousins is going to lose his job to JT Peppers, but you know, he's starting to regress. He was an 81 last year, now he's down to 79. Peppers at a 74, who's only going to keep going up and up and up with progression. And here's a quarterback everybody thought we might take, Jake Fromm, who actually the Vikings might consider in the first round, maybe late second round, maybe that's where he falls. We'll have to see how it pans out in the real life NFL, but you know, it's a long ways away. We can see, though, 7-3 Minnesota as Peppers is yet again finding open receivers. He's now 8 of 8 after this pass completion for 96 yards against this Saints defense. And, guys, the offensive line is holding up pretty good right now. And the really cool thing is that, I mean, we can see the effects of this. And I want to see what Kirk Cousins does in simulation, because right now we're only looking at Peppers throwing. That's what I want to see. But he's able to get out of pressure. Not here, but he's able to get out of pressure with that 92 speed, something that Kirk Cousins doesn't give us. So if that offensive line still needs work and still not too good, Peppers can roll out and get out of pressure situations and not get sacked. And that's the main reason why I wanted to take a guy like that, because in the future we're going to need it if the O-line just can't come through. But we see a safety here for Minnesota, then a touchdown in the second quarter as Latavius Murray gets this touchdown. So it's now 10-9 as we had that touchdown and then the safety. There's your 9. And Peppers is still looking solid here, guys. Still solid. 33 seconds to go, and Peppers dropping back. Good protection. Pass to Mecole Hardman, who was acquired via trade last season from the Kansas City Chiefs. It's going to give us a nice slot receiver presence. And then Peppers, little pump fake here, but he's going to throw to Olabisi Johnson in the end zone for a touchdown. And it's now 16-10 as we're going to go into the half. A little bit later in the third quarter, 16-13, and Peppers rolling out to the right, and a little flip to Mecole Hardman with that speed, going to get the first down. 15 of 19 now for Peppers, and he's going to play the whole game, guys. There's no reason to put Kirk Cousins in here, but that was a great read right there. Again, to Olabisi Johnson. They seem to have this connection going on between the two of them, and they're going to get the first down. Here's a play action to Dalvin Cook, and look at this. Peppers rolling out, finding Irv Smith Jr. for the touchdown in the end zone. That's a great throw, a great read, and even a better route by Irv Smith Jr., guys. It's going to be 23-13. Simulating the rest of the game, just doing Super Sim and seeing what pans out. Taking the user out of it. I want to see what Peppers is going to do in simulation if he's a good quarterback or not. Is it me or is it him? We're going to find out the end of game statistics. We're also going to get into the next preseason game against the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll give you guys a stats update as far as the middle of the preseason and the end of the preseason. But I think Peppers looked pretty good when I was in control of him. I like the way that he feels. I like the way that he was throwing the football. And we can see, man, look, 87% completion percentage. So he ended the game. I think I had half of his attempts right there, too. So the fact that he still continued on and was doing really well, he threw for another touchdown, 9.6 average yards per throw, per completion. That's really saying something. And then we have Wolford Graham with 5 attempts for 17 yards. So he chipped in a little bit on the rushing game. But Mecole Hardman, 50 yards receiving for 6 grabs. Olabisi Johnson had the touchdown. And Hardman actually had a touchdown a little bit later in the game, it looks like. And then Derek Wolford Graham had 13 yards on a reception. And no sacks for Andrew Thomas. Like, that is huge. That is huge. Hassan Reddick, we traded for him from the Arizona Cardinals. And he actually did some really good things, too. Demetrius Parker, a safety out of Alabama that we took that kind of looked like he was going to struggle his first year in the NFL, and he looks like he's doing pretty solid so far. And we can see the preseason statistics here after preseason game number 3. Number 3, look at the body of work here. 2 interceptions for Kirk, 5 touchdowns for JT Peppers, no picks, 82% to 53. I mean, the stats speak for themselves, guys. So I'm going to put it up to you. I'm going to put up to a vote in the comment section. What do you guys want to see happen here? Because we have a dilemma on our hands. I mean, we're trying to win a Super Bowl. We're trying to get to the playoffs again and get at least past the first round. Okay, but do you want to start a rookie quarterback? Do you want to just bench your multi-million-dollar man in Kirk Cousins and go with JT Peppers? He's playing lights out. And that's the question we have to ask ourselves as we go forward in this franchise series. What are we going to do this year? What are we going to do? Are we going to just play Kirk Cousins a little bit, see how it goes and how it ends up? Like, these are the questions we have to ask ourselves. So there's a little stats update on defense. We got Demetrius Parker there. He's playing decently for a rookie back there. Mike Hughes with a half a sack. Neil Hunter. We're getting turnovers on defense. We traded Xavier Rhodes, and everybody was thinking that this defense was going to kind of take a little bit of a hit. And so far right now against Cincinnati, it kind of is. I mean, there's another touchdown for Cincy and Jamarcus Leaf. You guys will notice Jamarcus Leaf is the quarterback for Cincinnati, and we'll take a little stats update here. He's doing pretty decent. He's doing pretty good. 28-14 type of score here against Minnesota. And looking at the stats here, Kirk Cousins and Peppers are playing relatively close. It's a battle. It's a battle right now. But another nice throw. And he's 6 of 8. He's 6 of 8. Peppers dropping back, 1st and 10. Going to take a sack here. Probably could have thrown to the guys cutting to the right, or to the left, I should say. That Y and the B receiver, but nonetheless, it is a sack. And here is a 3rd and 19. Dropped it in the bucket, and Madison just dropped it. Oh, man, you got to have it. You got to have it. The quarterback just laid it in there for you, but it will go incomplete. 3rd and 6. Here's a nice throw to Beebe. Gonna make the catch. 8 of 12 for JT. And we're gonna keep moving the football down the field. Here's a little screen pass to Derek Wolford Graham, and he's gonna go all the way. Look at that, dives into the end zone, takes a hit though, and he's gonna get into the end zone regardless. That's what we drafted him for. He's gonna be a nice little receiving back. We got rid of Amir Abdullah, and he's gonna be cheaper. He's gonna be maybe more productive. Got something to earn, got something to play for. Here's Parker going up against Drew Sample, the tight end, and Jamarcus Leaf actually completes this pass. He actually has 2 touchdowns and 2 picks, but I thought Parker did a good job there just to get himself in a position to make a play. He didn't make the play, but regardless, he put himself in a position to do it, and unfortunately just could not come up with the deflection or the interception on that play too. Parker caused the tackle for a loss. It looked like a play action. He took the running back. Aruna took the quarterback. Leaf gets sacked. And then we stop him short. field goals up and good, and Cincinnati will end up winning this preseason game 31-21. So, at the end of the preseason, JT Peppers looks like he's going to get another upgrade, and I think I want to upgrade something that doesn't have anything to do with improv or scrambler. I want to update his quarterback skill. I want to get him to be more of a pocket passer, more of a guy that's going to be, a long-term type of quarterback in this league. You don't want to be known as a scrambler only in the NFL. 8 touchdowns and 3 picks. Kirk Cousins finishes the preseason with 121 attempts, no touchdowns. None. 0. And what was the main thing for us during the season last year? We couldn't get touchdowns. Just a lot of field goals from Dan Bailey, and you know what? Dan Bailey's not even here this season. We have a new kicker, and I got to say that he's probably not going to be as productive as Dan Bailey was. So we need touchdowns through the air. We need our offense to produce. Is Kirk going to be the guy this season? Is he going to step up, or is he not? Let me know in the comment section, guys. I'll see you in the next one. As always, peace.